Come on, Rick. We're almost there.
Leave me, Morty. It's the only way. What? Were we blades in that one? That's tight.
Just stay with me.
I'm scared, Morty. I can see the end. Oh God, there's nothing. I know I always said that, but oh God, there's really nothing. I'm sorry, Morty. I'm a silly man. I'm a silly small man. I wasted it all. I'm sorry I got you into this.
Then how about I get us out of this?
Hello?
Hey, Jessica, it's Morty from school.
Oh, hey, Morty. What's up?
I just want to say that you're really great. I know the timing never really worked out with us, but you're really great, and I wish I got to know you better.
Oh, I mean, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess I just...
No, I just wish you said it sooner.
What?
Yeah, I mean, you never really said anything to me, which always put me in a weird position because I didn't want to assume or whatever. Being nervous is sort of selfish sometimes, you know?
Yeah, that's a great point.
Sailing. Well, what are you doing tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, do you, want to watch a movie or something?
Yeah, tonight. Sounds great.
Great. See you later, Morty. Bye.
Holy shit, I want to live. F*** death. I want to live.
Where are we?
Home, right where we belong.
No, seriously, Morty, where the are we?
I don't know, the ocean?
The ocean? The ocean on Earth?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, shit. Holy shit. We have to go right now. You touched the ocean, Morty.
What's the big...
Oh, shit.
What?
Shit.
Richard, you have desecrated the sacred treaty betwixt land and sea. Now face the wrath of your once and eternal foe, Mr. Nimbus.
Sorry? Who the is that?
My nemesis.
What?
My nemesis, okay?
Okay, but what was his name again?
I am Mr. Nimbus.
He's gonna say that a lot.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Comic-Con week. This is going to be my Rick and Morty Season 5 teaser trailer video. They just dropped this new clip. It's supposed to be a cold open from one of the episodes. Dan Harmon didn't say which episode, though. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. There's going to be a bunch more Comic-Con trailers this week. We're doing an Amazon giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave your favorite Easter egg from this clip on the video. Whole lot of Marvel Easter eggs in here, too. Although you could say there's some DC Easter eggs with that tag scene of Mr. Nimbus. They talked about a lot of Season 5 and Season 6 stuff during the Comic-Con panel, so I'll add that later in the video too. But we'll just start with the Easter eggs from the Season 5 teaser trailer. So it starts with Rick and Morty escaping at the end of another adventure. Remember, this is supposed to be a cold open, so we don't know exactly what that adventure was. But everything has gone wrong. There's this giant space worm that's coming out Star Wars style. You could look at that as an Empire Strikes Back Easter egg. But what looks like happened here is that something happened maybe with Rick's portal gun and there was some giant explosion, and now all these different dimensions are bleeding into one another. Like, these different shards represent alternate realities and different versions of Rick and Morty. The biggest call out, the biggest Easter egg is obviously Marvel's Blade. Were we Blades in that one? That's tight. Morty's the only one that's dressed in the full Blade costume, so maybe Rick was Whistler in that one. But if you didn't recognize it, or if you haven't seen the first Blade movie in a while, this is basically the opening scene of the first Blade movie where he goes into the club with all the vampires and takes them all down. Since this is just an animatic, not all these are finished. They'll get way more polished and there'll be way more Easter eggs in the background during the final version of the episode. But you see Morty cradling a baby version of Rick. There was a baby Rick way back during Season 3, Episode 7. I cloned myself as a baby so that you could kiss me. There's a woodcutter lumberjack version of Rick. There's a cool looking version of Morty that just seems like he's a total badass. Then Morty pilots them through one of the closing windows back to their main dimension, thinking that they're going to crash to Earth. This is the end of it. So of course the last call that he's ever going to make is going to be to Jessica to tell her he loves her. But then it turns into this whole big thing about how she might like him, but he never said anything. So Morty's like, screw that, I'm going to live. And they crash in the ocean. Then it turns into another big thing with Rick's quote-unquote nemesis that we're just finding out about now. Rick has pissed off a ton of people. There are a ton of enemies that he's created in previous seasons that are still alive and could come back to bite him in the ass. But the big joke here is that Rick can't go anywhere near the ocean. And if we're talking about comic book Marvel DC Easter eggs, Mr. Nimbus just resembles Marvel's Namor a little bit more than he resembles Aquaman from the Justice League. But because this is the cold open, usually cold opens don't have anything to do with the episodes that they're actually at the beginning of. So whatever episode this shows up at the beginning of, the regular episode will be completely different. They answered a bunch of big questions about what's going on with the Season 5 episodes and Season 6. Dan Harmon revealed that they're almost done with the finale for Season 5. They're doing some touch-ups on that, so they might actually be able to premiere most of the episodes, or at least the first half, by the end of this year. And if they don't do that and they decide to hold all the episodes to spring next year, they might wind up airing all 10 back-to-back instead of breaking them in half. So good news there, but he did reveal that they're also in the middle of writing Season 6 episodes. So there were a lot of questions about characters coming back, especially Clone Beth. So because they've written a lot of the Season 6 episodes, he actually did have some answers about who's coming back and who's not coming back right now. As for the alternate version of Beth that we saw at the end of the season, he said that she doesn't come back during Season 5, but she does come back during Season 6 in a big way. So Clone Beth back during Season 6. They also went on about a lot of Clone Beth stuff at the end of Season 4, the way they left things, and what's going on with Rick. Do they actually know inside the writer's room which one is the real Beth and which one is the clone? The way Dan Harmon talked about it, he said that as writers, he feels like they don't know, and they built that into the show, and that was all about Rick's arc, Rick not knowing during the episode. This is him talking about that. He also talks about how the writers are using Rick's character during that scene to make fun of themselves for being bad writers.
And that Rick also, upon finding out that he also made himself forget that he doesn't know. And when he found out he doesn't know, he said, "I'm a terrible father," which is a metaphor for us saying we're bad writers. But is also like a very ancient Greek thing where it's like Zeus is atoning with Athena and going like, this is how I create. I create through abuse. I have created now two women who have been bifurcated by my aggressive refusal to commit to anything. And if that's not where the buck stops, and if I don't now accept this, then what happens? Is there an infinite Beth, storyline that happens? Harmon, stop.
Yes, there is. You've heard it here first.
There's possibly
The infinite Beth
storyline.
But in the meantime, you have this cool thing, which is like, well, everybody's got that crazy aunt that comes in from Nevada. If memory serves, we kind of blow it in terms of addressing it in Season 5, but goddamn, Season 6 is there's some Clone Beth fireworks.
So I know everybody has theories about which one is the real Beth and which one is the clone Beth, but it sounds like they don't have any plans to actually answer that definitively anytime soon. But there might be some clues during Season 6. Like I said, Dan Harmon implied that there'd be no clone Beth stuff during Season 5. He said that the Vindicators have not come back in Season 5 or Season 6 yet, but they could come back in Season 7. He said that there's no Morty's Mind Blowers episode during Season 5 or Season 6, but maybe during Season 7. They joked about maybe doing Morty's Mind Blowers 3 or Interdimensional Cable 3, so it sounds like eventually they'll do one of those episodes again. But like they did the Story Train episode at the beginning of Season 4, so they always do sort of gimmicky style episodes like that. They'll probably do something a little bit different, but also in that same vein during Season 5. One of the biggest family dynamic and story changes that Dan Harmon revealed is that there's actually this subplot now with Rick slowly becoming friends with Jerri, even though he joked that might be the show jumping the shark, like that might break the show if they actually become real friends. The way they talked about it made it sound a little bit like the Whirly-Durly conspiracy episode. If you remember the way that ended, they found some common ground and ended on a bit of a truce, but then Rick still kind of threw him under the bus. Like locked the door, still left him out in the cold. So that's sort of the status of their relationship right now. But Dan Harmon did reveal that Rick would not hurt Jerri in any meaningful way. Like he could do anything he wanted to. He could erase him from existence. He could permanently neuter him. But because of the family dynamic, he's agreed not to hurt Jerri. They made a lot of jokes about Matthew Broderick's talking cat coming back eventually, although Dan Harmon did say that he doesn't come back during Season 5 or Season 6. Everyone was just so fascinated with that cat during the episode. There were so many theories about what was going on with his character and what they saw in his mind. Dan also spent a lot of time ripping on Family Guy. They did talk about big crossovers, and if you're a huge fan of BoJack Horseman on Netflix, Dan Harmon actually did tease in real life he actually hopes that they do a BoJack crossover at some point. Not just joking around, like actually do a real crossover with the show. And I know I mentioned a couple Marvel Easter eggs during that Season 5 teaser trailer and that animatic scene, but if you guys didn't know, a lot of the big Marvel Disney Plus shows are actually being run by former Rick and Morty staffers. One of the Rick and Morty writers is doing Marvel's Loki show that they're in the middle of filming with Tom Hiddleston right now, or at least they're getting ready to start filming again. That's going to premiere next year. One of the other writers from the Pickle Rick episode is also doing Marvel's She-Hulk series. I don't have a lot of news about that yet. They haven't said much about it since they started writing it. So what'll probably happen is they'll probably drop a proper Rick and Morty Season 5 trailer later this year, sometime in the fall, maybe around October. Whatever they wind up releasing, of course I'll do videos for it. There's going to be a bunch more Comic-Con trailers this weekend, so as long as you have alerts enabled for my channel, you should see those videos when I post them. While you wait for everything, click here for all my Rick and Morty Season 4 episode videos, and click here for the full opening scene from Marvel's New Mutants movie. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.